to the Copyright versus Copycat show with our experts, Copyright and Copycat. Let's take a look at each of these dozen scenarios and decide whether it is A, clearly a copyright, I use a short 4-minute video clip from the movie Titanic in my class to introduce a unit on icebergs. To do this, I downloaded a clip and then embedded it into my PowerPoint. Of course, I shared the copyright information for the movie at the end of the slideshow. Is this A, a copyright violation, B, unclear, C, not a copyright violation, or D, I don't know?
I answered C. This is clearly not a copyright violation. It looks okay to me.
Fair use guidelines allow teachers and students to use limited portions of video clips, songs, and images in face-to-face teaching for presenting at educational conferences, graduate school applications, and job applications. To use a clip from the movie Titanic, 4 simple guidelines should be followed. Legitimate, limited, warning label, credits. First, own a legitimate copy of the material. It is unclear whether the teacher has a legitimate copy of the Titanic because the clip was downloaded from the internet. 2, use only a limited amount. In a multimedia work, one can use whichever is less, 10% or 30 seconds of a song, and 10% or 3 minutes of a movie. 10% of the Titanic is 19 minutes. According to the rule, what is less, 10%, which is 19 minutes, or 3 minutes? In this case, it is 3 minutes. The teacher used 4 minutes. This is a clear violation. In fact, you can never use more than 3 minutes of a motion media work. So it is clear that the teacher did not use the limited amount of the movie. 3, the teacher has to put a warning label at the front of the presentation, warning students not to copy it because it's being used under fair use guidelines. A typical warning label will say something like, "Warning, the following clip is used under fair use guidelines and is restricted from further use." A warning label was not included at the beginning of the presentation. 4, the teacher did give a specific copyright credit of the clip at the end of the presentation. This is the only item the teacher followed of the 4 basic rules. No legitimate copy, no limited portion, no warning label, yes, credits. This is clearly a copyright violation.
I teach at a learning daycare center. If students do well enough, they can earn points at the end of the week as long as they've earned enough points as a group. I play a Disney movie for them. They love it. Is this A, B, or C, or D?
Not a violation. What a neat daycare. I wish I went to this daycare.
Sorry, but this is a violation. To play a video at a daycare, you first need to purchase the public performance license for the movie, just like the theater does. The Motion Picture Licensing Corporation sent letters to 50,000 daycare centers demanding public performance license fees for showing videos like The Lion King.
I love the Name Game song. I bought a copy of it on iTunes and play it for class when I introduce a unit on creative writing. Is this A, B, C, or D?
Banana Fana Fofana. The Name Game. What a great song. The teacher even bought a copy of it. So what more do you want?
Sorry, but this is a violation. Fair use guidelines give us rights to use part of this song if we follow the 4 guidelines. A legitimate copy is owned. The limit for music is 10% or 30 seconds, whichever is less. There are a number of versions of this song on iTunes. If you downloaded the 4-minute, 50-second version of this video, that is 290 seconds long, so you can use 29 seconds of the song. Then find the best 29-second clip from the song and use a free tool like Audacity to cut that part of the song out and play it in class. You can also send a note home to the parents to have them check out a favorite version of the song on YouTube. You could also get creative and fun and create your own version of the song and call it a value-added version of the original. If you put it on PowerPoint or make a short video with this clip, be sure to add a warning label and credits.
As a teacher, it is always fun when parents bring in cupcakes for the kids on their birthdays. When this happens, we all sing the happy birthday song before eating the cupcakes. Yum. Is this A, B, C, or D?
Are you kidding me? Look at these cute little kids. C, this is not a violation.
You may be right, but it is still unclear. B is the answer. 2 Kentucky sisters, Patty and Mildred Hill, wrote this song in 1893, but didn't copyright it until 1935. The copyright was supposed to expire in 2011, but the courts are still working this one out. Until it is clarified, I'd recommend you create a value-added version and ham it up. In fact, this is another great copyright bonus tip. Do something that transforms or adds value to the original version. For example, hold those vowels and sing, "Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you." Years ago, Weird Al Yankovic created a crazy version of Michael Jackson's song, "Beat It," with "Eat It." Michael Jackson sued and told him he couldn't do that. The case went all the way to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court said that Weird Al can do this because he added value to the original song. That's why most restaurants will not sing the regular version of the Happy Birthday song. They sing a value-added edition of the song, and that is how they get around paying copyright fees. You can also do this in your classroom.
National camp organizations like the Girl Scout cookies, oh my god, like Girl Scouts love to sing songs around the campfire. Because Girl Scouts are a non-profit organization, the kids don't have to pay any fees in order to sing the latest and greatest new pop songs when they are riding the bus to the camp or when they are singing the songs around the campfire. Is this A, B, C, or D?
This is ridiculous. Are you kidding me? This is not a violation.
Sorry, but technically this is a violation. On August 21st, 1996, the Wall Street Journal front page headlines read, "The birds may sing, but campers can't unless they pay up." ASCAP, the American Society of Composers, Authors, and Publishers, warns the Girl Scouts that God Bless America can hit legal sour notes. Girl Scouts were told they couldn't sing on the bus or around the campfire unless they paid fees for using any of the 4 million songs written by ASCAP's members. The Scouts pay for paper, twine, and glue for crafts. ASCAP said they legally must also pay for rights to sing our songs. Not surprisingly, there was a public outcry to this because the public felt ASCAP was being unreasonable. ASCAP decided to work with the National Council of the Girl Scouts and signed an incredibly reasonable agreement. allowing girls to sing their songs around the campfire and on the buses and in the camp. This fee is paid every year by the Girl Scouts for this right.
I teach a short MOOC, massive open online course, to hundreds of people on the topic of life and death. The course is free and open to everyone online. In the course, I play short video clips with great information. In one of these lectures, I read the poem called The Dash, which is really short but really profound. Is this A, B, C, or D?
Poetry is divine. C, clearly not a violation.
Sorry, but this can be an expensive violation. Poems are often very short, and in less than a minute, you might have read 2 full poems. Don't do that. Poetry is an area where you need to use the shortest segments of the poem possible, and also give full attribution to the author. Definitely don't post a video of yourself reading full poems. In this case, the reader was fined $25,000. This poem is only 236 words long. A minister I know read this as part of his sermon. The fact that he didn't give credit while streaming it online didn't help. He was fined $25,000 by her lawyers. I believe they reached an agreement for under $10,000 to keep it out of court.
When making a blog post, I often use pictures found at Google Images to help visualize what I'm saying. I'm not worried about being sued because I'm not a commercial site and I make no money from my blog. Also, I have a disclaimer on my site and link back to the photo's source and cite the photographer's name on or below the image I've used. If I get a takedown notice from the owner, I will take it down immediately and offer an apology. Is this A, B, C, or D?
Google Images is the best source of images. It's fast and easy. I use these images all the time. This is not a violation.
Sorry, but this can be a costly mistake. One blogger used a lousy photo of Nebraska for a post. The picture was described as a boring, underwhelming photo of a city on the plains. If you saw the photo, you'd likely not be in a hurry to go there. The blogger noticed later that the terrible picture he found on Google Images was copyrighted. 3 months after posting the image, Google Analytics revealed that less than 100 people read the post and saw the image. Even so, the blogger was charged $8,000 for copyright infringement. The blogger was under the mistaken impression that before he could be sued, he would have to ignore a request to take down the copyrighted image. That was not true. He never did receive a takedown notice from the owner. The blogger saved a little money by hiring a lawyer to negotiate a settlement of only $3,000. That is a lot of money to pay for a Google image. Be careful not to post copyrighted images on your blog.
I use a really short but funny Charlie Brown cartoon strip in my PowerPoint presentation at school. Since everyone knows Charles Schulz is the author, and his copyright stamp and name were clearly visible in the corner of the last frame of the cartoon, and since I was just using one cartoon clip, this is allowed under the fair use guidelines. Is this A, B, C, or D?
It's not a violation.
Sorry, copying cartoon strips is a violation. A teaching friend wanted to use a short 15-second clip from The Simpsons in his classroom. The lawyer in charge of these rights just said $50,000. The teacher couldn't pay for this, so it was never used. There are possibilities that the student could use cartoon strip images under fair use guidelines, but nothing in this scenario indicates that a warning label was used or citations given, or that the teacher owned a legitimate copy of the book this strip was found in.
My mom is so creative and talented. She's an artist extraordinaire. For my friend's birthday, my mom made her a Minions costume and decorated her a birthday cake with a cool image of a surfing minion. My mom spent hours working on and making them both look exactly like a minion from the Universal Studios animation. My mother said that these were gifts for the birthday girl and refused to take any money for them, except for the $20 to cover the cost of materials. Is this A, B, or C, or D?
Great movies. But this can't be a violation. She did it as a gift.
Sorry, but this is a violation. If you go to Walmart and buy a birthday cake with a famous cartoon on it and buy a costume for your favorite character, part of that money ends up going to the copyright agency. Because the mother accepted money for supplies, she is in the wrong.
At recess, a 10-year-old continued to use Allen Iverson's copyright killer crossover basketball move over and over again. The recess monitor sent this child to the office for punishment. Is this A, B, C, or D?
Completely ridiculous. Sending a kid to the office for making a great move on the basketball court? The kid should be applauded. Applauded. This is not a violation.
You are likely correct. A Sports Illustrated article, "Yo, he owns that move," broached the idea that athletic moves like the rope-a-dope of Muhammad Ali or the two-handed backhand by Chris Evert could be copyrighted under intellectual property law, which might prevent others from copying them. I agree, this is not a violation.
I wrote a literature review with APA-style citations. In my paper, I cite a lot of material from my favorite book. Every time I quoted from the book, I was sure to cite both the book and the page number. However, when I wasn't a direct quote, I didn't directly cite it. Is this A, B, C, or D?
This is not a violation.
Sorry, but materials from a book, even if they're not direct quotes, need to be cited.
At one point, the author shared a simple thought. I modified his sentence and put it into my own words. In fact, I changed the structure of the sentence as well, as the tense of the verb and noun, so that the sentence was completely different. In this way, I modified the original idea and didn't need to cite this directly to the author. Is this A, B, C, or D?
This can't be a violation. It's not even the same as the original.
Sorry, but this is a violation. You are using an idea from another source. Play it safe and give credit where it is due. The original idea came from this source, so give it a citation. It's easy to do.